4th and 5. Pressure tight, we never slide. DJ calling routes, Cook holding down the line. Harris in the backfield, reading all the signs. Throne running deep, got that Razorback pride. Film on the screen, we break it down clean. Talk real ball, no script, no green screen. From the hill to the dome.
Can you hear me?
Ride for the team, red blood, white cleats.
But you can't hear that?
In the dream. Yeah.
Nope. Gotcha.
Yeah, film on the screen, we break it
How about
down
now?
clean. Talk real ball, no
Here we go.
green screen. From the hill to the
Let's
dome,
lock it in.
we ride for the team, red blood, white cleats, and a hog in a dream.
A hog in a dream. Welcome everybody into this good old Wednesday morning. What do they call this? Hump day in the business. Got a great show lined up for everybody today. When I say great show, jam-packed. At first I thought it was going to be light, and I was like, whoa, a lot going on. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look at today's playbook, everybody, as we see a guy that's never played in a snap of football making it to the NFL. We're going to talk about now former gymnastic coach Jordyn Wieber deciding to step down, and Hunter Yurachek. Fellas, something just popped up, and it just had me thinking. It seems like no matter what we do or what happens when it comes to the University of Arkansas, if anything happens, I just look online, I look at social media. A lot of people are very frustrated with Hunter Yurachek. Started with I don't even know where to start. Where would it start? We're going to have that. That'll be the topic of our first drive. I posted something on social media, and it caught fire. Over 400 comments. I can't get through them all, but it gave me enough to kind of understand how the fans feel about him, because all you typically see is fire Yurachek, fire Hunter Yurachek, fire Hunter Yurachek. So I asked, and we're going to talk about this here in a second as Grant gets set up. I asked, when it comes down to good old Hunter Yurachek, what could he do to actually get people back on his side? And then I was hoping that would have brought in enough stuff, Josh, as far as people talking about not only just fire him, but I wanted to actually get some kind of conversation, because our goal maybe one day is to talk to Hunter Yurachek and be like, this is specifically what people would like from you to kind of get all this negativity away from you. What do you think about this? All right. But from the comments that I saw yesterday, I don't know if that conversation would go very well. All right. So welcome on in. Fellas, before I let everybody know what else we have on tap here today, how y'all doing this morning?
Good, man.
Good. Now, Grant, you said you couldn't hear something earlier. Are you good now? Can you hear everything now?
I can hear you.
Okay. You didn't hear the music.
We're in good shape.
You didn't just hear that music? Josh, you either?
Oh, yeah. I heard the music. But
Okay.
when it first came on, I'm not going to lie, DJ, there was an audio issue. So I do have to agree with Grant.
Okay. That was just on y'all's end, but we're good on this one. All right, y'all. So, man, where do we start? First of all, how about with some good mornings? We've been kind of low-key keeping track with who's been saying good morning. Apparently, if you get it in too fast, I may miss it. So, from what our screen says right over here, I have it on a monitor. I wish I can show you all this. All right. Today, first in the chat. Wow. Dang, that's really annoying. There it is. Today, first in chat. Legend 86 is the first one in the chat room this morning. Now, sometimes, apparently, I learned yesterday, if you get it in too quick, it doesn't register on the system we use. But good morning, Legend. First one in. Razorback Pride. We got Donna Lawson. We got E-Pope 12. Let's get it. I like that. My mom's up this morning. We got John in the house, Razorback, Clove. We got Zach Bonnie in the house. Jim Gum, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Donna Lassa, I got my boo Ebony. We got Legend. We got everybody's up and rolling. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of things that popped up. This, in case you missed it, it's going to be pretty jam-packed, fellas. But I kind of wanted to start it with something I got yesterday. I didn't even have time to make a graphic for this because it was late. And then I was just like, there's no way. But entertain me if you will. You ready for this one? I wasn't ready for this one. What's a Razorback basketball team next year? This is going to be like, shut up, DJ. With all the recruits that we got in, and what if by some miracle that Darius Aruff Jr. comes back and plays Razorback basketball for another year. You would think I'm insane, right?
Yeah.
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 Stupid that I would even say that out loud. Well,
Right.
look, apparently there are discussions trying to make that happen. All right. Things that kind of will go into factor, and we don't know where he's going to be in the draft because we've all seen like what we think, what Kendrick Perkins has said. But then you look at these draft boards, and he's maybe like the third or fourth point guard on there. You got the kid from Kansas. You got another guy from, I can't remember exactly where, but you got like these taller, athletic type guards. And you kind of hear, why is Acuff not going to be the first one off the board? That makes no sense. So if it apparently and potentially, if it does go more towards that way of where things are going, then there will be a little bit deeper discussion of Darius Acuff Jr. coming back and playing some college basketball. All right. Sounds insane. I would love for that to happen. Do y'all think that would be a bad idea for him or good? I mean, I don't know nowadays. And I guess it depends on how much money you can get. I have no idea. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it just depends on that NBA contract. I mean, really, that's what I would be making my decision on. Is how much can I make? How much can I make? But for his development, I guess, I mean, man, we've always complained about one and done situations. So having him come back, I think would be a good thing. You got much higher chance of them building a statue of you right outside of the University of Arkansas basketball arena if that happens.
Yeah, I think it boils back down to how much you're going to make, but it's kind of the Ty Simpson deal, you know. I mean, we were sitting here before the draft, and we were like, golly, you turned down $6.5 million. What an idiot! But obviously, they knew something we didn't know, and that was that he was going to go 13th overall. So
yeah, must be nice.
Now he would look real dumb taking $6.5 million and turning down like 25 guaranteed. So anyway, we'll see. I don't know your source, but
my source said this may be worth conversation. And I just said, really? Are you sure about that? I said, God, we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. It really, and I'm not sure how all the money works when it comes to the top 10 picks. He has to be a top 10 pick, right? Has to be.
I would assume.
I don't know why he would decide to come back unless he just really likes college basketball, makes really, really good money, and he feels like NBA will be there whenever I feel like, and which it will be for people like him. Razorback Pride says he didn't keep his college eligibility, so he can't. I'll be honest. I don't know all the rules nowadays because we've had literally professional NBA players come back and play college basketball. I don't know anymore. And so we'll see how all that pans out. Good morning, Nipple Harv. I see you over there. We got Pooh Bear who just joined us. I don't know. Don't see him coming back. Would be nice, though. We can dream. That's what Clove said right there. I'm there with you. So I guess we'll keep a very, 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 how do I say it, small eye on that at some point. Don't see that being much topic of a conversation. All right, let's move on. We got a lot of, in case you missed it, here this morning. And they just keep popping up. The first one, obviously, is going to be the big news when it comes to the Razorback program over there with Gymnastics. But before we get into that, I got to give a shout out to our friends at Parlay on 8th. Once again, fellas, I'm coming up Tuesday for Cinco de Mayo. They're going to have a nice little takeover there for Cinco de Mayo. This weekend, though, if you're up there in Northwest Arkansas in Bentonville in the 8th Street Market, you can go visit our friends at Parlay on 8th. They're going to have a Kentucky Derby watch party. Renegade, the winner of the Arkansas Derby, will be racing in there. Didn't get the best post, but we're going to see what he can get going to represent Arkansas. Best dress competition is going to go on as well. But I will be up there Tuesday, and I'm bringing my queen. That's right, Ebony Mitchell. My boo thing is going to be coming up there with me. So, Josh, we're probably going to end up needing to stay with you, if that's okay, because it's closer to where we need to be. And then I got to wake up, do the morning show, and then, boom, we're bouncing right back. All right, so once again, in case you missed it, Razorback Gymnastics program, losing a great one. Jordyn Wieber deciding to step down. She says, I'm stepping away from college or from athletics to focus on my family and other passions. I know this is a coincidence when it comes to timing. When you get the tennis program cut, then you start seeing all these other things online of, you know, what's the next one to go? Which one does not get a lot of support? If we have 17, can we afford to lose one more? Who's going to be number 17 to get the chopping block if it's all about the money? Gymnastics popped up quite a bit, even though I think they're thriving. They're extremely popular sport, but I don't know if y'all saw over the past couple days, they lost their number one gymnast. Is it Jocelyn? Am I saying that right? She was the alternate on Team USA this year. She's transferring out. A lot of people think that has to do with Coach Wieber leaving, or do you think it's because she was like, I'm kind of popular. I need a little bit more support on this NIL thing. Can I go get it somewhere else? And are we going to start losing people like her because of the situations that going on? Now, before we get into this and give our opinion, here's what she had to say in a press conference yesterday.
It wasn't an easy decision. I didn't take it lightly, obviously. I really wanted to get through the season and give the team my all as mentally. And so it really was after the national championship that I kind of began really thinking long and hard about the future and what that looks like for our family and the program, but most importantly, wanted to do right by the athletes because they deserve that. And I'm just really grateful that this transition is going to be smooth for them. And I just feel so confident they're in the best possible hands with these coaches. And
I love how she didn't say my husband, who's sitting right next to her, is taking over as the head gymnast coach. But fellas, thoughts on this? Is it any more than her just because she's been doing gymnastics probably since she's been able to walk? Or you think she's just like, okay, it's my time? Or do you think there may be a little bit more to it?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to get into the speculation of, figuring out whether or not there's more to it, but it's just a coincidence that it comes right after this whole tennis situation that we're dealing with the program being cut. Now we've got losing our gymnast head coach, and it just more of a coincidence that they lose their star person. You got to wonder, you do wonder, did it have anything to do with that? But there's nothing that I've read that's come out that said there was any connection between losing your star player and then a coach stepping down. But who knows?
Yeah, I think that they had a baby as well. So I don't know if she's just wanting to take some time and go be a mom, or if because she had been on the fence as well about I really want to go do this, and then the news breaks about, where the tennis program is and what the future for that is. And that was just kind of the one thing that was like, okay, yeah, I think it is time for me to take a step back. I would be more concerned if her husband wasn't taking the program over, I think. Yeah. Right. If they were, the whole family was like, all right, we're just out completely. I mean, I think their family obviously is still going to be very involved in the program. So it may just be her time to take a little break. I mean, I get it. Played football a long time, and she was doing gymnastics, much longer than that.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to step away from it so you're not just inundated with it all the time. Yeah. So either way, best of luck to both of.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine having a kid and both you and your husband are full-time SEC coaches? I mean, it's gonna eat up the clock.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No doubt.
If they just recently had a kid, I mean, that just makes a lot more sense.
All right. Another topic. We talked about Diego Pavia. Had all the tape in the world, and some would argue pretty darn good tape. Still didn't get drafted. And then you got this guy. Didn't play a snap of football. Still getting drafted. Now, we talked about the difference between being a player that you roll the dice on because coaches feel like you have potential. You see that picture right there? That picture screams potential. All right. Look how long those arms are. Almost scratching his kneecaps. All right. So who is this guy? He is now a Philadelphia Eagle, 21-year-old Nigerian. I think it's Bernard with the 251st overall pick. I don't know if y'all saw this. 6'4", 306 pounds, defensive tackle. I guess he's never played a snap. They're going to say, we'll put him at defensive tackle.
306 pounds, and that was his picture?
306 pounds. You ready for this? 4'6", 40. 6% body fat at 306 pounds. Wow, right? 35 and almost 36 inch arms, 39 vertical inch, 10-10 broad jump. I mean, at 300 pounds?
That's insane.
That is insane. So what's this guy look like? Can he move? That's the thing. Can these guys play football? All right. So here's a couple clips of him pass rushing. Zero technique. Zero. No technique at all. This is where I think experience would beat talent. They're just going to see if they can get this guy some talent. Here's him running the 40. You know, not the best form, but 4'6" at 300 pounds. It's like, we could coach that, right? Moving through the bench press, throwing it up like it ain't nothing. Apparently he's in some like prep program over there. I mean, he can't move. Bad. I mean, nothing about that to me screams like, oh, this is going to be a good mobile football player. And then I remind myself he's never played, and he's also 300 pounds. He just doesn't look like it. So
if you would have said like 230, I'd have been like, oh man, I don't know. But 6'4" or 6'5", doesn't matter.
Yeah,
6'5", 306 pounds at 4'6". That's hard to fathom.
Yeah, like you have to just at that point in the draft, 7th round, you're like him, Diego Pavia. I mean, let's see what we can do here, right? Yeah. And if it doesn't work out, fine. It doesn't work out. That'll be an interesting one moving forward. Also,
like Captain America, but Captain Nigeria, man. That dude's built like crazy.
Look at this.
I heard he grew up playing soccer and basketball.
Yeah, there's some clips of him on a basketball court.
That translates a little bit. I mean, he did. No, he didn't look stiff in the.
Oh, he didn't look good on the basketball
cutting
court.
Drill.
He just looked
cutting drill.
Yeah, he just looked big on the basketball court.
Oh yeah.
Fellas, dang, I got a lot of in case you missed it. I saw this last night too, and we'll be really quick on this. Yay or nay? I couldn't believe it. We all remember Pete Thamel when he hopped up when Arkansas was on the road playing. Oh, who are we playing when we heard from Pete Thamel?
Tennessee?
Was it Tennessee game when we heard from Pete Thamel? Everybody was like, who's this guy? And he came in there with all the sources, right? Well, his sources now say the NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball teams to 76. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Good grief.
Like, what are we going to do? Are we going to have almost every FBS team in this thing? Doing too much. That should have been a doing
busted with 64 teams. How am I supposed to pick 76?
Why, right? Why? I'm not in favor for it, fellas. Yay or nay on that one?
I think it's already a lot, like Grant said.
Yeah,
I don't imagine that bringing in more teams is going to do all that much for March Madness. I think you're just bringing in teams who aren't going to go the distance. But look, it's all about money, so they're making money. Yeah. That's where the decision's coming from.
That is 100% correct. It makes the tournament longer. They can run more ads. They all can make more money. But yeah, I mean, 64 teams is plenty. It's been enough for how many every years we've been doing this thing. So, I mean, well, I don't understand why everybody feels like they have to participate. If you want to participate in the tournament,
put in the work.
Be better.
Yeah.
Win more games.
Yeah. So if you end up being like the 73rd team that's into the March Madness next year, you're gonna be like first college March Madness appearance. You're gonna feel like there's an asterisk beside that, or you're gonna feel
no. I don't know. Pooh Bear the Prophet says Kentucky would like this. They got a shot now. There's a lot of schools who would feel like that. So nay on that one. Another thing that popped up yesterday, fellas, is we do not condone violence on this show. We will acknowledge that sometimes it could be necessary, but we do not condone it. All right. So, Coach Vrabel keeping us cool. He was heading to therapy or coming back from therapy. And this is where it gets interesting. Hey, I mean, this is the situation that he brought up on himself. It's his decisions that put him in this situation. All right. But going through an extremely, I would assume, difficult time, even though it was your own doing, there's just sometimes I'm just like, people, mind your damn business and get up out people's face. Like, if he really is, and it took him this long to get a big old slap of humble pie thrown in his face, so be it. But if he is really trying to make things work with his family, to be ran up on at an airport with, you know how these reporters are. I mean, it's just like when you watch this, there's just a part of me that says, I would have been okay if Vrabel just would have gave him a quick little boom and then went on about his way. All right. But this is just what they do. I mean, where are we at with this, fellas? I mean, TMZ.
Mr. Vrabel, how are you, sir? Hey, good, man. How are you? Good. How are you holding up? How are you holding up, man? Look, listen, there's just a lot of talk that, that there's just a little bit of a double standard here, and I just wanted your take on that. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you.
You're powering through? Are you and your wife hoping to work it out, Mr. Vrabel? Look, I'm just gotta say, there's some talk that maybe you should step down. It's a distraction to the Patriots. I wanted your opinion on that, sir. What does accountability look like for you at this point, sir? Head coach of the Patriots, big distraction here. Sir, is there any comment at all? Sir, do you have the support of the Patriots? Full support? Any comment, anything to say to Patriot Nation at all?
Ugh.
All right, good luck.
I think those people are scumbags, first of all.
Vrabel, he kept it together, man.
Had to, because I know.
Well, you can't double down.
No,
on the bad press,
no,
right?
you can't do that.
So
and keeping his mouth shut. And I'm hoping the only thing that was running through his mind was, I did bring this up on myself. I brought this up on myself. If anybody deserves a fist in the face, it's probably this guy who's stalking me throughout the whole airport, following me through the parking garage all the way to my car, talking about my family and my wife and should I step down? Like he literally. That's what they were trying to get out of him. That that person was hoping, please snap on me, please, so I can make more money from this video. Just a scum, right? There's a line, and I know journalists have to do their job. Miss Donna brought up a good point. That was over the top. There's a way of doing that, and as soon as it seems like he was not going to give you anything, I think as a journalist, that's where you say, all right, I did my part. I asked the questions. I found this. I found that. I'm not going to harass this person. But some people don't care because all they want is for somebody to snap and then make a story out of it.
Well,
But
TMZ's known, I think, for that a little bit too, right? They're trying to push for a reaction more than they're trying to get an answer for the questions that they're asking.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. All right, let's switch it up.
I don't feel bad for him though. You brought it on yourself, buddy.
I get it. He
Brought
handled it
on
right.
yourself.
All right, y'all ready for some good news? I got a great in case you missed it. And I'm assuming both of y'all will like this because this is one of my favorite shows. It surprised me how much I like this show. I was like, this looks stupid. And then I was just like, wow. I got in my emotions just about every time he would get up and give a press conference and talk about his life. It was so special. New season coming out, fellas. Oh, come on. Coach is coming back, baby. Ted Lasso is on his way. The whole crew.
DJ's favorite show, man.
I love it. They dropped the trailer just the other day. He's going back over the pond. He'll be coaching a women's team this time, but you're going to have all the usual suspects.
Thank you, sir.
Jason Sudeikis reprises his role as good old Coach Ted Lasso. I mean, come on, man. I'm trying to think. My favorite scene from Ted Lasso is probably when he's playing darts. And if you
be curious, not judgmental.
How good is that?
There's
right?
a little quote from Walt Whitman.
Oh
Be curious,
man,
not judgmental.
One of my favorite ones, man.
FYI,
Remember
Barbecue sauce.
But what did he say? What did he say in that, fellas? All those people who belittled me my whole life, it had nothing to do with me. Oh, such a great show. Very excited for that to come back. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Our first drive of the day. Phone lines are open if you want to be a part of the conversation. Hunter Yurachek. I asked earlier, I posted something when it comes to what could he do to get all this negativity away from him. Boy, it was a spirited chat in the comment section. But before that, let's go ahead and give some love to our sponsors. Getting into our first drive of the day, we're heading to Arkadelphia, Southwest Auto Collection. Oh, man, I say this literally every day. I put so much together, and I keep forgetting to put together the list of all the vehicles. But if you look at the bottom of your screen, you see that Ford, Buick, Chevy, Dodge. Man, I ran out of time. There's too many of them. All the multiple makes and models they have out there. Trust me, when you hop online at iDrive SWA, you will find the vehicle that you have been looking for. All right, cool thing about it, too, it doesn't matter if you're in Arkadelphia or not. Always want to remind you that they will bring that car to you. Let's get into the first drive, fellas. Hunter Yurachek is going to be the topic of conversation. What could he do to stop all the negativity that's coming his way? Now, this is obviously at an all-time high after, ending the tennis program. But I think this has been a theme that anytime anything bad happens, it's like Hunter Yurachek, fire here, Yurachek, fire. He comes down to the Little Rock Touchdown Club. He talks about, hey, if everybody would just give this amount of money per month, then we'll be fine and we can compete. Then he says we can't compete because we don't have the resources. I mean, there's just so many things that have been scrutinized with Hunter Yurachek over the years. And so I asked, as fans, besides saying fire him, what could he do to get you at a spot where you're just like, I like our athletic director. I like the decisions he's making. Let's read some comments from the post I put up yesterday. This comes from Little Rock head coach, Kevin Kelly, Coach Kelly, who was over there at PA, now at Sheridan. He says, explain why our publicly funded university and salaries of people make some of the decisions they do, like dropping men and women's tennis to help supposedly save money. He says this would help. When there are other sports that lose more, he just wants a little bit more of a conversation. And the athletic program still made $11 million plus last year, and tennis lost $2 million. Why drop it if we're still making money? Zero explanation. Zero getting former tennis players involved to see if they could raise money to help support the program. And zero warning. That comment came in from Coach Kelly. We got another comment coming in from Larry. Says ADs, that is, athletic directors, must make tough decisions from time to time. He has the information to make them. We don't. It won't always be the popular thing to do. Then last comment right here, Matthew McKenzie. If Silverfield proves he is right choice, then I will change my negative view under every post he makes. Did I read that right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. So I know a lot of people are waiting to see how the football program pans out this year. But fellas, I mean, I wish I could go through these comments. I mean, some of them made some good points. Some of them were just angry. But I'll ask y'all, fellas, what could he do from your perspective you think would help ease all this frustration towards him?
Well, I think the first thing is transparency. And I think that's probably what most people crave. And I don't know that you can get the full, straight no chaser answer every time. But I do think that you can be transparent, and I'll take the men's and women's tennis program example first. There's not really been a good, clear explanation. They said, oh, well, it's, the revenue versus how much it costs and some of those things. But there had to be more in that conversation because Coach Kelly's, remarks there, he talks about how – sorry, I saw something pop up on my screen. I thought I went down.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Somebody said sound drop? I don't think so. Oh, okay. That's on their end. Close and reopen. Okay. All right. Real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Before you say that, can y'all hear us? We had somebody in the chat saying sound drop. That I guess that happened to Pooh Bear the Prophet, but he closed and reopened his
fixed it for me
web browser.
No sound, guys.
That can't be right. No,
dang, I was on one too.
Yeah. No, it's coming through. That's got to be
Somebody's on mute, man.
I hear you.
It's
It's on YouTube side.
Okay. All right. That's on. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on YouTube side. We're good over here. All right, go for it.
I'll just do a really quick synopsis.
Yeah. Go back.
So I think transparency is one thing that regained the fans' confidence in him. And using the men's and women's tennis program, there wasn't a lot of transparency. They talked about revenue and the cost of it, and what the P&L looked like when it came to those two sports. But is that the true blue reason at the end of the day? I mean, I think you got to open up when you're making these tough decisions. You have to kind of open up the can and say, hey, here's all the facts that we use to make this decision. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You got to understand you're not ever going to make everybody happy. But I think just coming out and laying it out there gains you a little bit more favor than maybe feeling like a little bit more cloak and dagger. And so I would like to see that, like I said, Coach Kelly's comments, there was not much explained. There's other sports that are losing more. So what was it about this? And why was there no effort? Seemingly, maybe there was, that no one saw. Again, transparency would help that.
Yeah.
Why was there no more effort given to try to rekindle that program. Number two, I think NIL. I mean, if we had a really, really strong NIL for obviously the main sports first, football, basketball, and there was more transparency around that piece of it, and we had no issues and we were getting these big time players, I think that that's also a thing that would completely like, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't agree with all of his decisions, but this program's headed the right way. And I say program is in the entire athletic program. And I think the last thing for me is doing that consistently over time. So you can't just flash in the pan, give us transparency in one situation and pull it away in another. I think it's got to be that built over time. And, you know, if you've ever lost anybody's trust, you don't get it back the next day. You got to build it back over time. So that's
so when it comes to the transparency, Grant, like I said, somebody as that comment, somebody said he knows a lot more than we do. And what if what he knows, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
If he was transparent with what he knows, it just doesn't look really good, especially when it comes to recruiting or having athletes come here. They're like, why would I want to go over there if that's what the real situation is like over there at Arkansas? So do you feel like there could also be some degree of like things may not be something that you want to make transparent? So now it just leaves all of us wondering, but he just has to sit back and be like, God, I wish I could just tell him, God, it looks awful over here. And I've done X, Y, Z of everything y'all wanted me to do. It's just not like I can magically wave my wand and make these people do this and make this happen and make this happen, blah, 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 blah. But I can't come out and say that because then it looks like all of this is just a disaster. And why would any athlete want to come here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's some truth in that, and no one wants to air the dirty laundry. I understand that. I mean, that, you know, I think people keep a lot of things really close or when in a very small group because of that very reason. But if we were trying to rebuild and rekindle and what you guys said is, you know, everything seems very negative when he posts something coming from fans. Again, I think the people that are negative are going to be negative.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't know you can make them positive, but if I'm trying to fix it, it seems like most people, especially in light of the most recent news around the tennis program, are craving transparency.
Getting through some comments, still getting some people. It may be on YouTube's end. We can't do anything about that. So I appreciate y'all in the comment section. If you see somebody who says they can't hear, just keep tapping, telling them to, I guess, to reopen their YouTube.
No, I've been checking the DJ. Hey, YouTube's working just fine on audio.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? And I don't. I need to do some research on this.
Yeah.
And I meant to do it after we talked about the tennis program stuff, and Nepo's
I see that
comment asked kind of sparked this for me. Are other SEC programs removing programs from their department? I talked to someone that I would say would know, and he said, I think that yes, other institutions are looking at removing programs from their departments as well, due to where the money's having to go right now. Now, I haven't looked that up, and so maybe in the chat if somebody knows, or if one of you two know,
you got to think,
through your
Grant,
research
beyond the programs, where it started was with actual jobs and positions. The biggest one being Kevin Trainor. Losing his job. And so it got real as soon as we started getting into revenue sharing.
I think
it's just they have to, okay, if we're going to pay these athletes now with our revenue, somebody's going to take a hit. All right. And so who makes the decision on who gets the hit? And now it's the athletic programs. The thing is now, as you alluded to the other day, Josh, right now, I don't see us getting rid of one more program just because that would put us right on the edge. But if it does come down to nickel and diamond, why not? If it's going to save money. But that's
I think we're the only SEC school without a tennis program now, you know? So I don't know that all these other schools are cutting their programs. I'm sure there's a few that have had to do that, I guess. I don't know. I haven't heard of any. I haven't read any articles about that. I think, you know, Yurachek's biggest room for improvement is having a vision for the University of Arkansas since we've entered this NIL era, and being able to articulate that in front of people. You know, Grant, you made a great point about the tennis situation. Well, why didn't we hear for the past however long that, hey, he wants to keep this tennis program alive, and the University of Arkansas deserves to have a tennis program, and the state of Arkansas, who's been in support of a tennis program or whatever? Like, why wasn't there this opportunity to rally alumni and rally support for this in order to keep tennis alive at the university? Why is it just crickets and then all of a sudden it's cut? I think that for me, that's probably the biggest thing, is because the team just made the NCAA tournament. Now we're cutting them. And I think that when you have an athletic director that can sell the university, that can talk to the fans, that can connect with the fans, that understands what it's like to play for the Arkansas Razorbacks or grow up in Arkansas and what this university really means, I think that is like a competitive edge with leading this program. And I don't think he has that. I think he'll move on to another job eventually. And there's a disconnect between the passion for the Arkansas Razorbacks and just being dug in here that I don't think that we can just get from him. And I don't even expect it from him, because he's not from this place. He doesn't understand it. And so I think that when he sits in front of a podium in Little Rock and he says some of the stuff that he says without a vision, without a plan for overcoming the challenges that Arkansas faces, that's where he loses a lot of people. And then it just seems like, well, what do we do? Our leader didn't really tell us how to navigate this. So I think that that's probably his biggest issue and where he can improve.
So you talked about the tennis team. I had this yesterday. I forgot to mention it. As you said, they will continue its season this week as the Razorbacks were named to the NCAA tournament field with an at-large berth. That got announced Monday. And so very curious to see the support that shows up. And I think that's the biggest thing. We sit here and talk about the program got cut. The program got cut. If you would have asked for help, then we would have gave help. There is also the argument, if you really cared about the program that much, then
why weren't you doing it in the first place?
Why weren't you doing it in the first place? Where's the donations? Where's the money? Where's showing up? And I'm sure some people did. But at this large amount of people talking about how frustrated and how stupid this is, that you could have been supporting the whole time. All right. And so
I think that's an easy cop out for leadership that can't get support. Like, you can't just go around, DJ, pointing the finger at everybody but leadership.
No, I agree.
The buck should stop somewhere.
That's not what I'm saying.
About the entire department, the entire athletic program as a whole, and say, no, it's on them. We're losing the tennis program because we don't have an athletic department that is able to raise the funds and keep the tennis program.
Yeah.
That's where you should be lining up here. It shouldn't be that it's on Joe Blow and Sally Joe for not going and supporting the tennis program.
No, I think it's on both. Yeah, I agree with you. I was just saying, but there is the other aspect of where has the support been? Now, since it got to that point, do I think Hunter Yurachek, and we don't know if he has these conversations based off what we heard from some former head tennis coaches, former alumni. Apparently there was nothing. And a lot of those former coaches and players said, if we would have known, then we would have stepped up and did our part. All right. So do I think Hunter Yurachek could have given them hey guys, I'm in a spot right now here at the university. It is tight. It's a different world, NIL. If we want to keep tennis going, this is what it's going to take. Can y'all cut this check? I don't know. I don't know if that conversation ever happened. If it didn't, I think it should have. Or do you think, as somebody who was at the helm, you just got to make some tough decisions knowing it's going to piss people off?
Well, and I'll say, I think it was yesterday I was listening, and I can't remember exactly what show it was on 99.5. Maybe the halftime with Phil and Matt, Phil Elson and Matt Jones. It could have been Ruskin and Zach. I'm not exactly sure, but I was just driving home or to lunch or something. I was hearing them talk. And, the Hunter Yurachek and the chancellor came to an agreement about revenue. And it was either we add revenue, it's $4 or $5 million. And somebody can fact check me on this. It's just, I don't know the numbers exactly, but they came to an agreement when it was maybe a year or two ago that we're either adding $4 or $5 million to the revenue in some way, shape, or form, or we're going to cut $4 or $5 million out of the budget, or we're going to do they're going to mix them all together. So if you can get 3, you still got to cut 1 or 2, right? And so I think some of this came in that, from that conversation. And so somebody, again, I need to do my better research before I jump on here and start talking about that. But as we were talking about what they could do better and all that, I just remembered that from yesterday when I was listening to the radio driving around. And so I think that's where, maybe it was like, hey, I don't know that we're going to raise enough money to completely offset the cost of tennis, regardless of who I try to get involved in this. And maybe that's where that conversation started and ended when it came to trying to save the tennis program, which, to be very transparent, I'm all for trying to keep that program. And I knew a lot of tennis players when I was up there, but, it is, at the end of the day, a business, and it is a profit and a loss. That is what it is.
Leadership can't talk about it being ridiculous what these players are making, but be the leader of the program that has to compete in the landscape of paying players. You can't say it's ridiculous what these players are making and then be trying to compete with other people in paying players. You can't talk about the complexities of NIL and how there's 3 different lanes and la-di-da-da, and talk about the problems, but not talk about a plan to survive in that environment. As a leader, me and you and Grant, we can all do that. Great. We can all sit around and complain about everything. We're not leading the program. We have to have a plan. We have to have a vision. We have to understand, Arkansas, the fan base, what it takes to be able to raise that money. We have to be able to go out and do it. And for a long time, these the athletic programs as a whole weren't in the business of paying players. So there's not a lot of experience in getting on board in this new NIL era. And I think that from the get-go, we came out the gate slow and almost combative to the idea of NIL. And then now we've just been trying to play pickup, and here we are, tennis.
I think about this whole new world of NIL and revenue share and all of that for all these schools. It's like you ran a company and you hired, how many athletes are on campus? 2,000? I don't know, maybe that's too many.
Yeah.
Let's just say for giggles, it's 2,000 athletes that are on campus total through all sports. It's like you were running a business and you're putting a product out every day, and then all of a sudden somebody said, hey, by the way, you got to pay all your employees with this money that you've got. And you're like, wait, but I really like free labor. Because we were making a lot of money when we weren't having to pay our employees. And my product now is, I can't suffer on that side. I still have to have a high quality product, and there's a bunch of cost that goes into that. But now I've got to figure out what's the most expensive thing for any company on earth is how much money I spend on labor. And that just clicked one night. And now we've got to take all the money. The money didn't really change that much. And now I've got to distribute it out through all these folks. Right. And so, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a tough thing. It's going to take time to figure out, or you're just going to have to continually inject tons of cash into, the quote unquote business.
Real quick before I ask y'all another question, because I think sometimes we miss this part when it comes to Hunter Yurachek. Razorback Pride, you said you sent me a revenue compare sheet from other schools, I guess in the SEC. Can you shoot that to my email? It's at dj@4th-and-5ar.com. All right.
Did he text it into the line?
No, he sent it to my Facebook, and I got like 3 different Facebook pages, and it's going to be hard to find it. I don't know. If you shoot it to dj@4th-and-5ar.com, shoot it to me there, and I'll try to get that pulled up and read that. Reading other people's comments right now. Austin from work says, Hunter loves to take a victory lap even when he wasn't responsible. He's alluding to Coach Cal, thinking that was all Tyson. All right. But he will go quiet anytime things go badly. Ty says Sam Pittman said we lost $5 million a year hosting a game at War Memorial. So each game is significant, and we aren't selling out by any means lately. Butts in the seat in football would cover all the needs. So football. Outside of that, I saw a comment up here earlier, because I think outside of the state of Arkansas, because you know us, we're so focused on football, people see Hunter Yurachek as a good athletic director, because you look at the success of all the other sports. We're usually in some type of discussion or conversation. But it's just, are we focusing a little bit too much on football, or is that just the way that it has to be here at the University of Arkansas? Because basketball, well, baseball, typically, well, a lot of people said he should thank DVH and Coach Cal for keeping us up in that standard. But gymnastics, well, softball, well, track and field, amazing. I mean, you can go down the list of all these other sports that are getting national attention. And I think Arkansas was even in the race for the Capital One Cup, where it goes to the best athletic program based off all the points that all these other sports put into this big end of the year type thing. He gets appointed to the college football playoff selection committee. But is it too much about football? You know what I mean? Or should it be that way?
I think you need to look at the history of Arkansas, and you need to say, what did this particular athletic director do? Any athletic director, what did they do to change the University of Arkansas? Was our baseball program not pretty good for a very long time, DJ Grant? Was our gymnastics program not pretty good for a very long time? Was our track and field program not pretty deadgum good for a very long time? And this is interchangeable, athletic directors and leadership and whatnot. So I think that the biggest, and it's not Hunter Yurachek's fault. I think the biggest thing that he's going to be judged on as an athletic director just happens to be the era that he came into. And that's going to be, how did Arkansas survive and navigate during the NIL era? That is the judgment call for him. I mean, and that's just because that's the years that he took over this program and became an athletic director. And I think that's where you have to look at. I hear you, building a case for that. And quite frankly, on a personal level, I like Hunter Yurachek. I don't think there's anything personally, wrong. I'm just saying that from an athletic director standpoint, you can't just go, oh, well, is our baseball program not good? Well, it was good for a long time, so yeah. It hasn't gone bad since anybody else has come in. It's been good through a lot of athletic directors, and you can say that with a lot of things. The basketball program's taken a great turn with Cal. Do you give this athletic program, this director, do you give him credit for bringing him in? You say that was Hunter Yurachek's doing?
Who?
I think he brought in Musselman too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Cal is what I'm saying.
Well, a lot of people think it was all John Tyson and their friendship
what do you
that they
think
had.
is what I'm saying.
I bet obviously you're not going to hire a head coach and make all these moves without the athletic director being a part of it. You know what I mean?
I think he plays a part in that.
For sure. But I do think John Tyson had a really large hand in that too, because I know they got a friendship and relationship. And when you got somebody footing the bill, it does help.
I guess what I'm asking you is to reverse your talk there. What are you saying that is like, hey, I'm going to put this stamp on, this leadership to say that, like, man, they brought this to the university.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I would say that under him, the basketball program did turn. I'm pretty sure
with Muss
hired Musselman.
Yeah, with Muss.
Right. And love Mike Anderson, but it was not going the right direction.
Mm-mm.
Right. Yeah.
And so he brings in Musselman, and I don't think there's an argument just out there that the program didn't turn in a positive direction. It was like 2 Elite Eights, the Sweet 16. I mean, we made some good, and then you follow it up. And I do believe that John Tyson was heavily involved in getting Coach Calipari here. But again, I don't know that it wasn't completely out of Yurachek's control either. I mean, he was the one that had to sign the paper and fix it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that's not a tough decision to make either. The guy is a active coach that's already been inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame. So it's kind of one of those deals where you're like, it's like if Shohei Ohtani was going to get college eligibility, No one's going to be like, you know what, I really don't want him on my team. So that one's a kind of a no-brainer. But he had to ink it. And so I would say basketball for sure. Football TBD, right? We obviously
it actually started off well with Pittman at first, and then NIL and portal hit.
He didn't necessarily do the firing and the hiring there. No, he did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Chad Morris.
Woo. Yeah, he dodged that bullet. But no, it didn't start out terribly with Sam Pittman. I don't know that, Coach Pittman was the first choice. But it didn't start out terribly. And then, I think Coach Pittman got a little bit of the short end of the stick with all of the complete changes with how college football looks nowadays, too. So we all had to navigate that together. And he was the first-time head coach leading the program. Tough situation to be in.
But is that's the football coaching hire is kind of what you'd put on the resume?
I definitely would put Musselman and Cal on there.
So,
but to the ancillary sports, I would say have always been ups and downs, but competitive for the most part, right? I mean, track and field.
Yeah.
I don't want to call baseball an ancillary sport. I mean, it's tertiary to the other two.
There we go.
But like that word,
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds right. It sounds like it fits. Third. Okay.
There you go, big dog.
Yeah.
I paid attention. Couple classes. The golf programs have always been. I mean, this year obviously we have the female golfer that came in and won the
Masters, essentially,
or the amateur Masters or whatever it was. So, I don't know that you can just say, oh, none of those programs really existed or were relevant before Hunter Yurachek got here, because I don't think that's true. But I also don't think that the athletic program is ruined under him either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I think there's something to be said if you take over programs that have been highly successful in the past, and now all of a sudden they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, what one could argue that it may be tougher to continue the success than it is. And we've gone through a couple of track coaches, right? And they're still doing their thing. Now, we've built a really good baseline of talent that wants to come to Arkansas because of the history we have. And so I know there's an argument to be had there, but one could argue that it's tougher to keep an athletic program going at a high level than it is to come in and build one up. I don't know.
Pooh Bear the Prophet brought up a good point, because we're talking about all these other programs and all these other things, and saying Hunter Yurachek is a part of that as well. But I would say this is a good point. He says football brings in $170 million a year. That should 100% take precedence. That's your breadwinner. DJ, imagine hosting a football playoff game in Fayetteville. First of all, that'd be awesome. Could you imagine that?
Unreal.
Even though we would prefer a first round bye, but I'll take a home playoff game in Fayetteville. That'd be great. But like a lot of people feel this way, because as soon as I brought up the other sports, they started talking about you have to focus on the breadwinner. Him cutting the tennis program would be him focusing on the breadwinner. And I think if you really, really want to stand by this, you could go to the extreme and you could pull NIL from every other sport, probably except basketball. But you can say, hey, we're going to tank all these other programs when it comes to NIL, and we're going to offer up scholarships, and that's it. But every other dime is going to go to that football team. He could do that as well.
You can't do that.
You could. You
can't. Well, I mean,
could you imagine though?
I don't think it's legal.
I mean, it doesn't matter where the funds go. You have this revenue sharing, and they say depending on needs, when it comes to NIL of paying these athletes, they don't have to give anyone a NIL pay deal to come here and play. They can say, hey, you can go get your own NIL deals. That's fine. But as far as us paying you to come here, they could put 100% to football if they wanted to. Now they won't, because basketball is going to be a huge part of that.
Waiting to happen.
Why?
Because the university is not employing these student athletes, so therefore they're students, and the university gets money from the federal government, and they have to abide by federal laws that say that you can't give like more benefits to certain people. That's why when they cut the men's tennis, they had to cut the women's tennis.
Well, that argument doesn't make sense, because
equal opportunity for all people.
No,
for
if that's the case, then every football player would make the same amount of NIL money. Each one. It'd be across the board. They pick on importance.
This whole theory of paying players it's brand new. This was the first year of revenue share. Stuff is going to be challenged and worked out. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to do it in a way that's allocated towards like what kind of revenue that particular team brings in, or that particular player might bring in. So that way they have an argument if there ever is a lawsuit to say, oh, well, we allocated it, based on, what that particular program brought into the university in fair form, or for that particular player in fair form. So they're still trying to balance that just in case there's lawsuits, and every school's doing that.
I just am feeling if they wanted to, when it comes to, let's just say softball, hey, the maximum we're going to give an NIL deal is going to be about $150. You cool with it or not? If not, then don't come here. You could take the softball program instantly by not, if you wanted to. I don't think that's the right move. But do you think people would be okay with that if it turned the football program around? If you literally put all of your extra revenue sharing money all into football, baseball suffers. God, I can't see that happening with Coach Cal. You know what I mean? But for argument's sake, let's say that it does. You take that away from basketball and all these other sports, and all the other sports tank, but we are consistently going to the college football playoffs every year. Do you think the fan base would be like, oh, okay, that's cool?
No. Because you're not ever going to make every person happy. There's
True.
people that don't care about football.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, all right, y'all.
I mean, we would love that. I mean, I'm not saying I would love the fact that other people are suffering so football could be successful.
Yeah.
But I would love football to be very successful,
Mhm.
of course. Yeah.
Here we go. This is from Ty Humphrey. I'd be okay pulling funding if it guarantees success for the football team and use the profits to continue to fund the other sports, but success isn't guaranteed, so they need to make it with what they have. I mean, that's the perfect scenario, because if the football team does well and it goes from generating $170 million in revenue to say $250 million, it's a big difference. You know what I mean? You can start supporting other programs. Jim Gum says, that's right, Grant, because you can already tell people aren't happy. It moved on me with the tennis program being removed. Yeah, it doesn't matter what happens. It's going to be a tough situation moving forward. But
Also, people like to complain, man. Everybody likes to complain.
Everybody can complain real quick. All right, y'all. That was a interesting conversation there, and it pretty much summed it up to we don't know the answer of what Hunter Yurachek could do to make everyone happy. It's not going to happen. But I do think a great start would be transparency. And what that looks like, I honestly don't know.
Let's get a point for that. Oh, sorry. We're not.
Hey, Taco, if you're still here, apparently you asked what to do with your information. Did Taco win yesterday? Yeah. You don't have to do anything. At the end of the week, your name is now in a drawing to win a hoodie and a coffee mug. Marcus Brown sent me a picture of his color-changing coffee mug this morning. He's very pumped up about that. But right now, vote for who you want to represent you in our competition segment today. Ebony made me do this, y'all. You saw what I sent y'all about the competition in the Blitz? She made me, because she says, why are y'all not talking about this? This is the biggest thing in sports right now. I said, is it? Is it?
Dude,
is it really?
Bad. You can give Josh the point right now. Can I just go ahead and tell you?
We can skip it.
Brought it up.
We can skip it. Hold on. Before we get to the Blitz, y'all vote for who you play for, and let's start this off the right way.
Hey, one thing, Taco, I will tell you, if you haven't put your information in the text line, if you do win Friday, we got to have your info so we can send you the merch.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing you will have to do at some point.
Yep.
Don't put it in the chat.
Yeah.
You see the text. we have a call-in text number, so shoot that over to DJ.
It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and the text line does not have your name attached to the number. It's just a number. So if you could put your name as well, that would help. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the Blitz. This segment is brought to you by Ortho Arkansas. When it comes to any orthopedic need, I'm telling you, stop wasting your time. Go to the spot that's going to take care of you and make sure it's all in the right spot. All right. Ortho Arkansas, 10 locations across the state, extended urgent care hours. You got a specialist for every type of orthopedic need you can think of. Doesn't matter from the tip of the head to the tippity toe, pinky toe, that is. They got you covered. Go visit my friends. Learn more information at orthoarkansas.com. Let's get into the blitz. Ebony's already in. Now she's in the chat. She says, hey now.
I need to call ortho, man. I'm at that age now where I slept with a different pillow last night, and it feels like I fell off a cliff. Ooh.
Oh man. Hey, also too, we're gonna have a would you rather segment today. We haven't done this in a while, and I got some fun ones for you. I can't wait to get into it. But here we are. All right, y'all.
This is bad, dude.
This is so bad. I don't even want to do it. Should we just skip it? You want to skip it?
Here's the deal. No, go ask the question, because you can give Josh the point, because I don't even know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who that is either.
I know who Klay Thompson is.
Yeah, I know he is.
I mean, basketball player.
So
I do not know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
Social media is ablaze, especially for a lot of Megan Thee Stallion fans. She was dating Klay Thompson, 4-time NBA champ, one of the best shooters in NBA history. Now, hey, we got to give credit where credit is due. Megan's doing her thing. Global superstar. I get it. They were dating, and apparently he stepped out when it comes to his relationship responsibilities. And she's been all over social media and putting it all out there, talking about how horrible he is. I cooked for him, took him to my family. You know, popping off. All right. And
the prophet said, "Free my boy Klay Thompson."
So I put who dodged the bullet here. All right. Because fellas, if I did keep up from a distance, seeing them together, Klay, especially out in public, a little bit more reserved, sit back. And Megan, her personality, she's just loud, okay? And if she's in a room, everyone knows it. I mean, it just looks like it didn't fit for me. And I was just like, I don't really see this one working out. I saw some clips online. They said, Klay is a dog. Good for her to get up out of there. He don't know what he missed out on. Yeah. Fine. Then I saw other clips saying she's more of the girl that you date, have fun with, not marry. That's what they say, not me. All right, don't shoot the messenger. All right. So I asked these fellas, do y'all even want to go through it? Do y'all want to go through it?
I mean,
you don't know?
I don't know enough about. Yeah. Like, I'm assuming she's a singer.
I think you need to just update us and we could talk about it, because I don't really know the details on this.
Well, he cheated on her, and she has put it all out on social media, which is fine. All right. She's hurt. And the thing about her, she's an active star and she still has to work. So the news came out, and she's, she still has to perform. She has a show on Broadway, and Ebony showed me a clip the other day. I cannot make this stuff up, y'all. Ebony's like, she's heartbroken. Look at her. And she shows me a clip of her on the stage at Broadway, mid twerk. She's twerking on Broadway. Literally mid twerk. And she says, you know how hard it is to be out there twerking while your heart's broke? I was just like, what?
I don't feel bad for either damn one of them.
Ebony, come on now.
Oh, man.
Oh, word. She got the microphone like this. Hey, You know how bad I feel right now?
I didn't see it working from the get-go with these two. All right. So I was going to have y'all debate which one dodged the bullet. But since y'all really don't know anything about it, I would say it's safe to say they both dodged the bullet for what
don't need to be together.
For what will make them happy long term. I think it's something else. It's not each other. Right? Oh man. You ain't heard that song she made for him? My man, my man, my man. You ain't heard that? No. That's not in your playlist? No. All right. You missed that one, huh?
Steered clear of it.
Ebony said twerking with a broken heart is a new level. New level of what? New level of what? All right.
I advise all guys to find someone that's not on stage doing that as a partner.
It's a thing, man. Ty Humphrey said the diss track's about to be lit. It's funny because what's making the rounds is a lot of people are going, because she has her own fan base, and her fan base, kind of like when Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce, and people said, now Travis is popular. Be like, whoa. We're talking about arguably the greatest tight end of all time. I think he had a little clout before Taylor Swift. Now, Not on Taylor Swift's level. She's a different ball game. I'm sure he got more popular, but he wasn't a nobody and then turned into somebody by dating Taylor. Now they're saying the same thing about Klay. They said no one knew who Klay Thompson was before he started dating Megan. Like he was clout chasing with her. That's trying to be popular by dating her.
Not if you're in the Megan Thee Stallion like genre of fan.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're necessarily paying attention to Golden State Warriors or Dallas Mavericks basketball.
Yeah.
It's not their lane until they mesh. Same thing for Travis and
we were living in two different bubbles here. I couldn't tell you one name of one song.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I might be able to hear something and be familiar with it. I don't know.
You want some of the Meg? You want some of the Stallion this morning?
Play her most. I'm sure I've heard her most popular song. Play whatever the most liked song is, or most viewed or listened song is. I'm sure I've heard it if you play it, but I wouldn't.
I don't know. I doubt I have it in my Apple playlist.
Which says something.
Don't lie, man. You know Ebony's been in there.
And I gotta make sure it's a clean version.
Here, hold on.
Explicit. Okay, there's one. They're all explicit. I don't know when the cussing starts, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't do it.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it.
I'm just gonna put it over here. Hold on, I'm gonna mute it. Mute myself. Hold on.
I can find one that's clean, right? Let's see.
I thought
Here we go.
the number one song I didn't think was her song.
Oh, you know this one. You ready? Here we go. You know this one. Stop it.
I know that beat.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty, talk big, but my bank account.
I've not heard that.
Grant, stop it. You heard Savage. Come on. I actually like this one. I'd be bouncing to it. Yeah. That's what Beyonce. Here, wait till it gets to this part. I'm a savage.
Oh, I've heard that song, but I think it was on social media. I don't think I like.
It was a popular TikTok song.
DJ didn't even have it downloaded on his playlist. That's.
I mean,
it kind of tells you what's going on here.
I'm on Spotify over here. No free ads. And the number one song is WAP.
Okay, that's with Cardi B, her and Cardi B, WAP.
Well, it says
I see somebody's comment right now.
featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, taps, naps, and sacks, or snaps. I see what you got going on over there. I probably read that all wrong. What's that? Taps, naps, and snaps. Am I saying that right? Who knows? Whatever.
Thought stuff is the name.
Yeah,
of
thought
one of her
stuff.
songs.
Yeah.
Cognac Queen.
Yeah. We got into an argument with
find you a girl that goes to church.
Yeah. I was saying, I would say Megan sometimes is a self-proclaimed thought, and Ebony, she is not a thought. I said, I'm not saying it. It's just some lyrics.
She's self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
She
says she got her hands on her knees, shaking her.
All right, man. Can we get to
all right, yeah.
choose your next? Choose the one you want or whatever.
Let's get to Would You Rather. All right, let's get to it. We got a fun one lined up for you today.
Any topics for this show anymore?
Yeah,
no.
That's Ebony. All right. Hey, when you love someone, you got to do what you got to do for them, right? Where's my open for Would You Rather? All right, here we go. Let's get into it, fellas. Oh, that ain't it. Sorry. Boom. There it is. All right. Would you rather? I got 3 topics, and these are all for points. Y'all are both going to be tied on Megan Thee Stallion. How about y'all want a point each on that one? All right, there we go.
Leave it at zeros for all I care, but that's fine. Yeah.
All right, topic 1, fellas. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or give up the internet for the rest of your life? Would you rather? Ooh. I need y'all to think about this. Hey, feel free to have an open discussion. You can ask any questions, and I will be the judge of as far as you can go on each one. All right. So would you rather give up that air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or internet?
We're talking about central heat and air.
Oh yeah.
Or we're talking about like I can still build a fire and turn on a fan.
Oh, you can still build a fire.
Yeah, you can build.
Right?
You can build a fire.
I thought you just meant like in the dead heat of winter.
No,
or
yeah,
dead cold of summer.
Yeah.
Winter that I'm just like over here just with a blanket.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Dang.
Was this a countdown on this? Is this a clock
No. I'm just I'm gonna hear both of y'all's arguments, and then whatever side I agree with wins the point.
I feel like at the end of the day, you know, because I'm still in business, and if I don't have the internet, I can't. I mean, I think I got to go heating and cooling because that's just a personal luxury. But I mean, to support my family, I got to have the internet. How would I do 4th and 5? This show would be ruined.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough.
I wouldn't be on it anymore. Nobody would watch.
Well, you got to think about it. You have to give it up, but your friends don't. Okay, so like as far as like you can go to your friend's house and watch your Netflix show. You still got normal cable. You know what I mean? As far as forms of entertainment. You can go to the office and work.
That's not giving up. That's not giving it up. That's not giving up the
you're
internet.
Just saying, like, at my house, I can't have this then.
I would say, for the sake of argument, you personally, Josh Throne, and at your convenience, you do not have internet. You would have to get it via, hey, man, hey, can you come over and let me hop on your hotspot? You know what I mean? You don't have your own personal access. You need someone else.
Oh, well, I got a wife, man. So I'm giving up the
outside
internet.
of the house, Grant. Outside of the house. Outside of the house.
I don't know. You got to think about this. I mean, if you're giving up the heating and cooling, you're hot all the time. You're cold in the winter. I mean, that can drive a man insane. But then on the flip side of things, you got to have the internet because you know it's just the way we work in today's world. You always got to be connected somehow. But if I had to give up one, I'd probably give up. Due to the rules that you just laid out, I probably just give up the internet. I don't have it in my house. I go to the office. I can go to somebody's house to use it. But I don't want to be sweating that night. That's the worst thing ever. Is when you go to the you go check your temperature before you go to bed, and your wife is like cranked it up to 73.
Oh man,
and you're like
73?
Whoa, when did we start doing this?
Sydney's doing 73.
I kick it down to 68. I want to be cold, and I want to be bundled up in some blankets, but I want to be able to kick a leg out there when I'm sweating. You know,
73 is a crazy number.
That's a crazy number.
Brutal.
I came home yesterday, and it was just randomly 72. 72. And I'm going, what's going on here? I don't understand.
You know, as soon as you walk into the house, because I know we got the little baby around, so we keep it a little warmer. And I know when I'm gone all day, they crank that thing up. And as soon as I walk in the house, I know I already know what this thing's set on. I can feel it.
I agree with both of y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Y'all ready? This will be a fun one. I asked Ebony this yesterday. Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a roach in your bed? All right. Fellas?
Man, I'm okay with the roach in my bed. A rat in my kitchen, that's getting into everything. They'll chew through the boxes, they'll get into all your food, there'll be rat poop everywhere. I'm talking pellets everywhere in the cabinet.
Now it could be just one rat that got in. It could be. I don't know. One rat.
I don't know. One rat will leave turds everywhere. You do not want a rat in your kitchen. It will get in everything.
I'm gonna tell you this: roaches don't ride solo. I'll tell you that.
You just said a roach in my bed, DJ. It's all you said.
But that's the start of something, Josh. I'm taking a rat in the kitchen because I'm just laying them big old rat traps out. We've had to catch this thing.
All right. So
I'm going. No roaches in my bed, dude. None.
I like bugs, man. I like
you like the bugs. Yeah,
that's like you. Insects. I'm not scared of a little roach.
Man.
Terrible take.
Growing up in some spots, trust me, it's not fun waking up to like you feel a little something, and then you look down on your arm, and you do one of these. It's bad. You never woken up
in college, man.
Yeah.
My brother's house in college had roaches. You couldn't open up a cabinet without a roach just sitting in there eating off a plate.
I'm gonna side with Grant on this one. Grant takes the lead. Yeah.
Grant said you could kill the rat in your kitchen, but that's not a part of the equation here. The rat has to be there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can try to kill the roach too. I'm just saying, which one?
That roach is gonna leave though. You can see that rat.
Rats.
The little roach gonna go. Whoop,
they will
gone. You know where it went.
They will sit there and poop and pee all in your house, bro. You have no idea.
Comments are great. Some Ty said 73 is for psychopaths. All right, let Ebony know that as far as temperature is. Sorry, Sydney know that as far as temperature. Donna 68 all year. I'm with you. Valerie says she would prefer the rat in the kitchen. Legend says a roach in the bed. Nepo Harv says didn't have AC for a year in Iraq and it was miserable. NC resident here. I can tell you from experience, it's one rat versus all those roaches. All right. That's a good one right there. Ebony says you got one roach, you got about 1 million of them. Grant gets the point. All right, there we go. Last one. This is fun. I want to see how honest y'all are on this one. You ready? Would you rather win $20,000 or have your best friend win $100,000? Where are we at on this one, fellas?
I for real, I know you're gonna be like, oh, okay. I would rather my best friend win or my best friend win $100,000. I really would.
Friend? I got to know which best friend because I got some friends. I got some friends that would waste $100,000. I don't even know which one.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. All right. How about this? Would you be comfortable naming who the friend is you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it was you, I'd give you $100,000.
I don't count. I don't count.
DJ Williams.
No, I don't count. Take me out of the situation. Pick someone else. Who's number 2?
I don't know, brother. Look, I got some friends that I'd say yes to. I got some friends I'd say no to. But look, if I get $20,000, I'm going to turn it into 100.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I'm not.
You spending that
right
thing?
now. Huh?
You getting a spare 20 out of nowhere? You gonna spend that thing?
Brother.
Oh, because here's the problem. That's what happens with people that win the lottery.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like real money because you didn't expect it. You didn't have to do anything for it.
Right now, the chat, they're all taking the money. Every single one of them.
Oh yeah. It's okay. Take your money.
Dennis says depends on the friend.
Well, it definitely does depend on the friend.
Yeah, I got a couple friends that would just go ahead and break me off the 20.
So when I
I got good friends though. So
that's the thing. Ebony said, "Well, can my friend give me 20 grand?" I was like, "No, that's not how this works. That's 100 for them, and you just got to sit back and be happy for them."
Yeah.
At first, would this change your thought? Because when I looked up
there's a couple friends I'd do that for.
When I looked up these would you rathers, at first it said, would you rather win 10,000 or your friend win 100,000? I felt like some people, depending on where they are, they'd be like, depending on my friend, it'd be really cool if they had 100,000. That's a little bit more changing than 10. So I bumped it up to 20. I think bumping up to 20 makes you think a little bit more. I would even say staying at 10 still makes you think about it.
I think that there's a couple friends I would give the 100,000 to because I want them to pay off their student loans. Get them free and clear.
You feel good about it.
I mean, 100. I'm not going to give it to them. I guess it's a random generator, but I mean, there's some friends out there I know that could use that 100K to really get back to neutral.
Get them over the hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see this as like, dang, imagine what 20 grand would do to help build 4th and 5. That's what I would think about, That way I'm helping out my friends too. You know what I mean?
That's why I picked 100 grand, dude.
Put it right back into 4th and 5.
Yeah.
We would. Chat is saying, y'all not each other's top 2. Yeah, I think we're all in top 2s. We'd all have the conversation. Yep. Them both saying 100K to the man judging their answer. Good point.
That's right.
I'm trying to think who had the more compelling argument.
I mean, I was the first one that tried to give you 100,000.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I guess we'll end that one
first.
We'll end that one in a tie as well. How about that? I guess we're gonna.
I don't even know who we were playing with.
So, we didn't even do that.
Yeah, we forgot about that, brother.
Did they say your name in the chat?
I think you just got to go up to the very first one. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not bias. Golly, so many comments.
I know, right? Y'all had fun with that one, huh? Megan the Stallion. She twerked for Kamala Harris during her political run. She did. You don't remember her at the Democratic National Convention? You don't remember that? I was just like, oh, man.
Golly, man. There's
dang.
a time and a place.
Lies. Dang, do we need to talk about Megan the Stallion more? The comments are going wild.
I guess I need to. I mean, I guess I
You sharpen
probably
up,
need to be.
dude.
I probably need to be
All right.
careful googling Megan the Stallion. It sounds like.
Yeah, be careful. Jim Gum wanted to be represented by Grant. Grant didn't win today. So who said Josh? Dang, no winner today? Dang, Josh. Oh,
Josh,
Mike.
is rolling today. Mike and them.
Mike and M. All right, so Mike and M, I'm going to put your name in the chat. Sorry, not the chat. On my little list. So you, along with Taco, are entered for the end of the week 4th and 5 gift pack. All right, Mike.
Hold on. Who's blue and who's red?
Josh won.
Yeah.
You missed that?
That's how it works. That's how it works, Grant. Sometimes colors don't matter, brother.
How?
Sometimes you're just a winner or a loser.
What did he win on?
Oh, the internet one? No.
Yep.
Where did we split?
Yeah, so let's just move on to the end of the show here.
Hold on now. No. We already had Google Gate. All right, yesterday. I'm battling back here.
Thank you guys for watching.
You won the Roach.
I won the Roach, so that put me ahead. You said I
won
agree with
AC.
Grant. Boom. No, we tied AC because he agreed to both of us.
Yeah, you're right.
And we tied Megan the Stallion.
I got my colors
AC.
wrong. Yeah,
I won the Roach.
Grant's blue. Grant's blue. Sorry about that, Mike.
Jim Gum.
Jim's in there.
Gum. You are welcome, my friend. I am a vault up here, and I will not forget the W's that I took.
Nice,
Illusion, man.
Put Jim.
I got to get a silver pen, and I'm going to take care
Hey,
of
after the show, let's go back. Let's get a recount. Let's get an official recount and put the news out.
Yeah, Google Gate. Whoever said that in the chat yesterday, that was a good one. Who was that?
Yeah, I don't remember who is it.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'll give the credit. Somebody saw that. I saw that yesterday.
I was sitting there. I was upset all day long, honestly. I was just sitting. I was like, I went downstairs. I told my wife, I was like, man, these guys are good at making you look like you cheat. They're great at it.
No, you're good at making it look
man.
like you cheat.
Y'all set the stage perfectly. You caught me off guard. You teamed up on me. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Some eyes over here like this.
All right, for real, I am curious. Like you. Hey, all right, let's just put it out there, Josh. You opened it up and you saw Jessica Alba's name. And you were trying to think, was she the one in Pirates of the Caribbean? Because you probably didn't pull up the information of what movies they were in. You probably just picked up names.
This is what we're gonna hear this one day. Bing bing. Famous birthdays today. Hi, Josh. Here are a list of famous birthdays for today.
Because look, great. I mean, Josh, the first step is just, it's okay. When you said that name, you knew you messed up. You knew you did. You're like, dang it. He's going to you going to take it. Is that what we're doing?
I did not cheat. I did not collude. I didn't Google a thing, fellas. Nothing. It's hard for y'all to believe.
You're going to take it to the grave, huh?
Hey, listen. If it comes out that it happened, this is a bad look.
Hey, we just went through this. Remember
now, we're giving you the option.
Yeah.
You can make the decision or not.
You remember when Vrabel
yours.
Vrabel went through this. Remember how they lied more and it made it worse? Remember?
Vrabel did not go through this.
No, you just said that. You said if Vrabel just would have you said the truth will set you free. You say that all the time. You say it all the time.
I live by it. I live by it.
All right.
It looks mighty suspect.
See what I got to deal with. Can we run the show? Can we go?
It looks mighty
I really do got to go to work
know.
too.
We got to go to y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all watching 4th and 5. Always a fun time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We need a longer show. Once we start
I did not.
I'm DJ Williams.
Use the internet to
Josh
discuss
Throne.
birthdays.
Grant Bill Clinton Cook hanging out with us. Everyone in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Y'all have a great day. Y'all are watching 4th and 5, the Morning Huddle.